Carlos never worked with a real shaman. He worked with a sorcerer, Don Juan. He told these incredible stories, and we asked him if he could write them down. So he started writing a little bit. And he had a great sense of humor, by the way, a very funny man. We said, that's great, bring another one, and so on. So soon he had almost a book length.
I do think that the lineage of Castaneda was unique. There's no other sorcerer's lineage that speaks in the way that he speaks.
Sometimes we get lost in all of the stories, and sometimes we stay in all the stories, but to actually realize that what he achieved in his books is something each one of us can achieve. I had sat at the feet of many teachers, listened to many stories, but I didn't hear enough of how I could do it. But yet here was this man, Carlos Castaneda, who said, you can do this. You're much more than you think you are. Let me show you the way.
He was very personable, and he was one of the funniest people I've ever met in my life. I mean, he was a sublime mimic. He could mimic anyone, including myself.
He kept us waiting and waiting and waiting, so the dramatic tension was arising until suddenly, and he comes out in the middle of the carnival and jumps up onto the stage and immediately challenges. He says, you think I'm Carlos Castaneda? How do you know? How do you know that I'm not pretending to be?
He might have very likely drawn from his imagination, from his dreams, from his, shall we say, borderline states of consciousness.
So in other words, an author can write a character, particularly in this zone, like Carlos did. But when you're writing this kind of literature, you're in a zone where people are very vulnerable. So you're playing to a human need and also a weakness.
Для меня в Кастанеде было важно, то, что мне нравится в суфизме, это то, что беседы происходили в кафе на бензоколонке. Это происходит вот оно здесь. Вот это могло быть в этой закусочной. Он мог сидеть на этой скамейке.
He saw what he was doing as a preparation for death, but not to achieve a peaceful death. He sort of had this image of the afterlife as being like a sort of the cosmic Western, with a lot of evil entities, and he has to be sort of prepared and strong. He didn't see death as an interesting journey.
В какой-то момент я замечаю, что мои глаза как будто перестают смотреть. Мне как будто бы нечем смотреть на окружающий мир. И что я уже не совсем человек. Я все-таки приоткрыл глаза, и я не увидел там людей. Я увидел лес.
I finished it, I handed it to the publisher, and the publisher said, well, we really should check with Castaneda, and Castaneda said, no, don't publish that, not yet.
Really?
Yes. Honest.
Castaneda?
Yeah. And then so I waited, thank God for Castaneda.
When I was coming out, this man that looked at me in a very strange, very penetrating way, rushed behind me, and then he hit me very hard in my back. So I was very shocked. Of course, my internal dialogue, it stopped completely, and in a way, I had a glimpse of mind's nature. And he smiled at me, and he said, this is the way they will recognize you in the future. And then he left, and I never saw him again. I ran to my father. Do you think that it was Don Juan? Well, Carlos said it was Don Juan, and he was the one that marked me. And that was the sign that he saw that afternoon in that auditorium.